Hey guys, this is GMAN and welcome back to another anime reaction. Today we're reacting to the newest episode of Solo Leveling. That is right, there's only 5 more episodes left of Solo Leveling, and of course last week we got an anime recap, which honestly I feel like we all feel the same way. Why? Why did they do an anime recap? I do not know. There was no point of it in my personal opinion, but I guess they're going to increase the quality with it. That's hopefully the case, but I want to get straight into this episode of Solo Leveling to see what happens next, because we have so many limited episodes remaining, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys enjoyed my reaction here today, make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed, send me some future anime reactions, and of course I will be breaking this down for YouTube. So if you do want the full link for reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon, get full link for reactions, exclusive anime reactions, and so much more. And for right now though, let's get into it.
この薬があれば母さんの溺水症も治せるかもしれない。命の浸水を作るためには3つのアイテムが必要だ。どれもまだ手に入れられてないが、どこにあるかは分かりきっている。だが今の実力であの門をくぐるのは自殺行為に等しい。もっとレベルアップを。もっと
As our boy knows what he needs to do.
強くならなければ。
I love the look in his eyes, dude. Their boy has an item now that can like hear his mom from her eternal slumber. I think that's what it's called. If I remember correctly. But like he knows if he goes into the S rank dungeon, he won't be able to do anything. So he just needs to grind. So you know, this is gonna be great for him because of the fact he've already talked to that guy earlier. We saw last episode. His boy. He was like, "Hey, I need you to help me complete my become a dungeon master." And of course, he's probably gonna ask him to work with him for raids and stuff like that. But of course, see what happens to that though. I think that's more likely the case because like it benefits both of them. He gets to become a dungeon master while he also gets to raise his level before going to the S rank dungeon again. Those boys accepting that. The rank dungeon quest from him.
はい、なんだっておっしゃってください。
君と俺、2人で行くこと。
僕と二人で C 級ダンジョンをクリアするってことですか。
そういうことだ。
ですが C 級ゲートに入るにはメンバーが少なくとも8人必要なんじゃ。
人数合わせを使うんだよ。右京隼人の使ってた方法と同じだ。
でも危険すぎませんか。
ものは考えようだ。俺たち2人が無事なら19回のレイドを怪我人ゼロで終えることができる。19回連続無事故の攻撃隊。親父さんに実力を認めてもらう絶好の材料じゃないか。
なるへそ。
Interesting. So it looks like our boy wants to have just some fill-ins for the 8 spots. Because they have to have at least 8 people to take on a dungeon. And of course, he wants to solo the dungeons with him. So like, he's definitely more than strong enough to do so, to be completely honest with you guys. Because of the fact that like, yo, our body, and the kid probably realizes that too, he's like a hidden ranker, so you don't know what his true rank is. And of course, he took down the boss as an A rank, as versus C rank. So you make your assumption off that. So he knows like if we just get some substitutes, like it looks good for him because like no one gets hurt in the fight at all. And also you get to see him just absolutely destroy the dungeon as a byproduct too. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens to this though. This part of the manga, and my favorite, was probably my favorite because you rarely get to see him like grow and pop off and actually just body things. You know what I'm saying? Because he isn't technically broken. Yes, he's like stronger because of the system, but like, of course, it's just like perfect for him.
そんな状況を指を加えて眺めているわけにはいかない。ましてや人々の生命線とも言える資源、力を振り回すだけの者たちに預けておくなどありえない。これまで国の発展を支えてきた我々が責任を持って預かるべきこと。ギルドの立ち上げはそのために必要不可欠なのだ。
はい。
Interesting. The whole reason why his son's trying to make a guild is because of the fact that his father wants to have a guild so that way he doesn't monopolize by the 5 big guilds, which is interesting. So that way they can have control of prices because they want to make sure the people have resources to be able to live their life and just chill and do their thing. But of course, since all the other guilds are monopolizing them, they can set the price. So they want to make sure that you're not able to only be the people to set the price, if that makes sense. Which is interesting in concept. So that's why our boy really wants to set up a guild that actually lives up to his father's expectation to be able to set up a guild. because technically him as he can't really get involved because he's a part of the hero association for the government. So having his son doing his own guild, doing his own thing, can actually be a counteraction to the 5 major guilds, which is smart.
思ったんだが
That's at least I'm interpreting it as.
通常のランダムボックスだってこの前のインスタンスダンジョンの鍵みたいなものが出てくる可能性もまだ
What got a gift? What the hell?
だよな
Huh? What did he get? What was that? What? Some bingo card?
でも物足りないもっと
That was so random and useless. Maybe it was like a lottery ticket that was like a set guaranteed win. I don't think that's the case though.
そうだペナルティーゾーンあそこであのムカデを相手にすいやあの頃より楽に逃げられるかもしれないが倒すとなるとそれに経験値が入るとも限らない
Our boy is looking for ways to grind levels right now. He's trying to think of multiple lanes besides the hero association thing. It looks like he just got invited to a D rank quest. It's interesting though, he wants to use the penalty zone to actually like level up, which honestly would make sense, but I don't think he'd be able to take it on by himself right now. Like he might be able to, but that's a lot of like centipede versing, you know what I'm saying?
次のレイドが決まった。
ねえあなたそろそろハンターの仕事やめてくれない？
またその話か。
だって危険すぎるわ。この前のレイドも大勢亡くなってあなたも危ないところでギリギリ逃げてきたんでしょ？
うん、
For this guy and his daughter and stuff like that, he wanted to get back to, he betrayed everyone, and now he's like, his wife's like telling him, you did get out alive, right? And she's like, yeah, he just sacrificed everyone else in order to get out alive, but like dude like knows like he's guilty, which is the craziest thing about that, which is why he's still taking missions. Even his wife's considered for him, like, bro. It's interesting that we're getting like different perspectives from each one, because like one of them still like with PTSD, but she's trying herself not to burn others, but also like do her own thing. But like we got the dad just trying to go on the mission and stuff, but it's like weird. Like all of them are kind of like in their own like perspective after the whole incident.
だがそれは仕方ないことだろう。
ですが僕はどんなにゲートの存在が日常になったとしても人類最終兵器などともてはやされてもあの島のことあそこで起こったことを忘れたことはありません僕はいずれ遠くない未来に再びあの島の攻略を目指します
Weird. So it looks like the first episode when we saw that island, the ants and stuff like that, it looks like no one's able to contain it, and of course these guys failed, even though he was technically supposed to be the strong because he's considered the ultimate soldier. So like he wants to go back and conquer at some point down the line. My question is when. It looks like we're getting some PTSD too, like that happened in the incident, or somebody got consumed, like on the S ranks. That's definitely interesting. Like we're getting like a lot of side stuff right in this episode here today, which is kind of annoying in my opinion. Like it's fine,
殺してくだ
but
さい
it's。kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the stuff doesn't make any sense. It looks like we're getting some guy asking someone to get some people killed. My question is, what's going on with that now? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of side stories going on right now, and it's just like not the worst in the world, but I feel like they should narrow it down, focusing on like 1 or 2 things instead of like 6 other things and like a few future things, because the things they mentioned in some of this episode are like future in the future down the line, and they're not even close in the first season. So
君は
oh, it looks like they meet each other.
まさかとは思ったが水篠くんじゃないか
お久しぶりです
こんなところでまた会うとはそれにしてもあのあどけない少年はどこに行ったんだ数ヶ月でこんなにも人は変わるものなのか
Bro, he's changed so much since he last seen him, bro, at the incident.
死はどうしたんだ
ああ病院で目が覚めた時には戻っていたんです
そうかあの後救護に来たハンターの中に上級のヒーラーがいたのかもしれないな何にしても
Bro, you think the high-level healer came to rescue him and recover his leg, but that's not the reason at all.
馬淵さんは
私は怪我を負ってから時間が経ちすぎたようだだが構わないさそれよりも君が無事だとは教会員から聞いていたがこうしてまた会えて嬉しい
Looks like he's glad for him. Mr. Sung's actually like glad for a boy, even though he like lost his arm. He's like, dude, you sacrificed yourself to get like out of there, get us out of there. So I appreciate you. That's where he's kind of at right now, and I completely respect that.
なんたる偶然 あの日のメンバーが揃うと
Oh,
は。
the old members pulled up.
水篠さん
Even the girl from the last episode.
それに真島さんと羽村さん
Bro, they all can't face him head on because of the fact that they betrayed him, bro.
水篠さんなんですよねすごく見違えて
はい
Bruh, she's so happy for him to be alive because she
背も
cared
すごく
about
伸
him.
びてるし足もやっぱりお見舞いに行った時にはもう
お見舞い
Is that the words I can cut off early? What's going on here?
こっちにも
That's the
若い者が
prisoners?
いるじゃねえか。なんだそっちの
What the
兄ちゃ
hell?
んとできて
Why
ん
are
の
there just
か
prisoners here?
俺たちとも遊ぶ
静かにしろ遠足じゃないんだぞ
Wait, what's going on with the prisoners?
あちらは本日皆さんと同行する代役服役者になります。
代役服役者犯罪者と一緒に戦えというのですか。
犯罪を犯したハンターですが、減刑が目的ですので危険行為をしたりはしません。この区域のハンターが減って人手が足りないのです。
What? How does that make any sense? It's so flawed.
今回はハンター協会監視課の道門も同行します。彼は B 級ですので、万が一の場合でも
Oh, okay,
C
that's
級
at
の
least good.
服役者3人程度であれば抑え込むのは容易です。なのでご安心ください。
なんだか不安です水木さんは参加を見送ってください
水篠さんは
俺は行きます
She's still
それなら
scared.
私も行きます
There's that confidence though. He's like his he's like his confidence to her, bro.
彼らは僕が責任を持って監視しますのでご安心ください本日のレードでは誰が先頭に立ちますか
水篠君、私がリーダーをしても構わないか。
はいもちろん
ありがとう。また機会をくれて。
まぶちさん
Dude, our dude feels so bad from last time for being leader and having to leave everyone besides him. Like the guy, the captain who didn't stick with the ship.
そういうことですので、ダンジョンでは私が先頭を務めます。
承知しましたそれでは行きましょう
That's interesting though. It looks like the reason these prisoners are coming with them is to decrease their sentence. And of course, by decreasing the sentence, they can go in dungeons to earn resources to reduce their sentence and stuff like that by a certain amount. But it isn't like permanent. It's like a just temporary thing to reduce the sentence. But yeah, it looks like they're all C rank and they're going into a dungeon over guys, which is kind of the weirdest chemistry. Like I get using prisoners as a way to gain resources and stuff like that, but like I feel like a lot of things can go wrong with that. I think what's more likely the case with that part where we saw that guy says you kill him is most likely the guy who is the B rank hunter is gonna try to off them because of the fact that they probably missed that guy's daughter or son or his family and stuff like that. So he's gonna try to take them out as a byproduct. But you know, with that kind of thing, I feel like somebody's gonna get discovered, leave witnesses, and of course everything's gonna go shit downhill and our boy's gonna step in. That's more likely the case. It seems there's a lot of like leads to point in that direction. But of course, have to see what happens. But let's go over that episode now. So that was solo leveling episode. I think it was episode 8 or 9 or something like that. This is episode 8. Can I just quickly say it real quick here? The beginning of this episode is really good. We get the point where our boy needs a little bit more so he can get to high rank. So that way he can actually take on the Esther dungeon, the Kira's mom, right? And of course, by doing so, he wants to actually work for the kid we talked about last episode, where of course he's going to set up a guild. So it benefits him to help him go solo with him, but he fills in the 8 people because he has the money to do so. That way he can gain a level he wants, but also the son looks good for his father. That way he builds his own guild, and that way they are one of the big guilds instead of only be 5 big guilds. There's now 6 big guilds, and that way they can help set the prices because the 5 big guilds have a monopoly on everything. So they set the prices, but having another person be able to get in there to mess everything up to help with the people getting more money and like more resources and stuff like that, the people, it's better. You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting way his father's trying to do things, which is really smart if you think about it. But yeah, besides that though, all that was really good. My only nuisance this episode was literally the fact where they went over to our girl where she was trying to get invited him to become a guild leader and stuff like that. I didn't feel like this was all that necessary. Like it just feels like it's a bunch of filler. The only part they should have kept in my opinion from this episode was probably like the part where they focused on our boy, like the only part they should have kept in was of course the whole that part I talked about earlier. They should remove the girl with him in the guild, and then they should have removed the part with the like guild leaders talking, because that whole sequence was supposed to be like for a future season, but I feel like that was not necessary to throw in there, because like if we get another season still leveling, I don't think we're getting that arc they're talking about till season 3. That's at least my assumption. But yeah, no, this episode I would just like remove that, and that we maybe would have shown. Like everything else was really good, but I can't really see like how our boy squares up. Like what will happen in this dungeon? Will it just be a complete shit show, or will it actually go swimmingly and like they'll kill the person without any problem, or like what's gonna entirely happen? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was solo leveling episode 8. What do you guys think about this episode? What do you think was like good about this episode? What do you think was bad episode? Do you think it was necessary for them to keep some stuff in like I talked about earlier, or do you think they should just cut out and just got right into the point? Because I feel like we should have got into the dungeon a little bit by now. I was hoping we'd just get right into it, but it's unfortunately just not the case. But if you guys enjoyed my reaction here today, you know what to do. Make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed to miss the future reactions, and until then, have a great day. GMAN out.